Hi, I'm attorney Kelly Longtin, and today I want to talk to you about enriching life with a third party special needs trust. A special needs trust, which is often called an SNT, allows an individual to provide for a disabled beneficiary without jeopardizing the beneficiary's eligibility for need based government benefits. SNT funds can generally be used to pay for almost anything that falls outside the basic support that programs such as supplemental security income, SSI, and Medicaid provide. This includes many goods, services, and experiences that these programs do not cover. Rules around SNTs are complicated, and a trustee's unauthorized use of SNT funds may result in a penalty or reduction of government benefits for the trust beneficiary. So let's talk about how an SNT works. Now, there's a first party SNT and a third party SNT. Those are the two types of special needs trust. The main difference between them is that the SNT first party holds the funds that the beneficiary owns or receives in a lump sum, often from a settlement or an inheritance, and then puts into the trust. And the third party holds funds given to the beneficiary by a parent, grandparent, or other family member or individual. Both types of SNT can hold assets such as cash, investments, life insurance policies, retirement accounts, and even real estate. Now, one key difference between first party and third party special needs trust is that when a beneficiary dies, funds in a third party SNT are not subject to reimbursement to the state for up to the amount of the government benefits the beneficiary received during their lifetime. Although the disabled person's benefits from the funds in a third party SNT never belong to them. So when a beneficiary of a third party SNT dies, any remaining trust assets can pass to other individuals or to charities. Let's talk about what a third party SNT can and cannot pay for. Regardless of whether an SNT is a first party or a third party, there are certain expenses that it can and cannot pay for on behalf of the beneficiary without jeopardizing government benefits. The basic spending rule for SNT is that the funds are intended to supplement, not replace or duplicate, need based government assistance benefits. They can be used for special needs, but not for basic support. For example, shelter and basic medical costs. In general, an SNT can cover typical ongoing expenses of everyday life that government programs such as SSI and Medicaid do not cover. The funds must be used for the sole and direct beneficiary of the disabled beneficiary. Payments can benefit others only indirectly, such as when a beneficiary travels and needs a ride. Whenever possible, SNTs should directly purchase an item or service in the trust name and not the beneficiaries. The trustee of an SNT should not make direct payments to the beneficiary, even if the distributions are being made for allowable expenditures. So let's talk about SSI, Medicaid, and SNTs. SSI includes shelters costs as part of its calculation when determining eligibility and benefit amounts. SSI refers to payments for shelter as in-kind support and maintenance. It's often abbreviated as ISM if you see it written somewhere. Those ISM is any shelter expense that somebody else, including a trust, provides for an SSI recipient. SSI considers ISM a type of unearned income. Now, the following items fall into this category and generally should not be paid by an SNT: rent or mortgage payments, condo and HOA fees, property taxes, utilities such as water, gas, and electricity. Medicaid rules and coverage vary by state to state, but typically SNTs can pay for the following types of medical and dental expenses that Medicaid does not cover. You can pay for inpatient psychiatric services for age-excluded individuals, pay for over-the-counter medications, elective surgeries and procedures, dental and vision care, hearing aids, a private room instead of a shared room at a care facility, and certain specialist providers. SNT funds dispersed in a way that violates SSI or Medicaid rules can impact a disabled person's continued eligibility for those benefits. The Social Security Administration may reduce SSI benefits for up to 1/3 of the federal benefit rate if SNT funds are used for ineligible purchases. Benefits may also be reduced if money is paid directly from the trust to the disabled beneficiary. Money paid directly to an SSI recipient to provide them with shelter could potentially reduce their SSI benefit dollar for dollar because this type of distribution is treated as unearned income regardless of what the funds are being used for. If an SSI beneficiary receives cash or a cash equivalent, such as a refundable gift card, from an SNT, their benefit may be reduced by $1 for each dollar received, up to the point where they lose SSI completely. A beneficiary could also lose their SSI altogether if non-eligible trust payments increase what the Social Security Administration calls countable income. Losing SSI eligibility could lead to losing Medicaid, since in many states, SSI recipients automatically qualify for Medicaid. Despite these restrictions on SNTs, they can be used to pay for many special expenses on the beneficiary's behalf, such as clothing, phone, cable, and internet services, a vehicle, insurance, maintenance, and fuel, tuition, books, and tutoring, travel and entertainment, household furnishings and furniture, fitness equipment, computers, television, and other electronics, alternative medical treatments, parties or celebrations, and in addition, the money required to administer a third-party SNT, including attorney's fees and trust accounting fees, can be paid from the trust. Now, there's creative ways to use third-party SNT funds. Bearing in mind the restrictions on SNTs, trustees have a wide latitude with how they can spend trust funds, as long as expenditures do not break the rules and put benefits at risk. A trustee is free to put money towards special purchases that go above and beyond the simple necessities and enrich the beneficiary's life. So here's just a couple of ideas. Monies can be used for vacations, airfare, hotel accommodations, cruises, and other travel-related costs should be covered by that trust. It can also cover entertainment and hobbies. So you want to support a beneficiary's passion by using the trust to pay for movies, concerts, theater tickets, arts and craft supplies, photography equipment, musical instruments, and physical and digital media subscriptions. SNTs can also pay for membership fees, camps, or lessons for activities such as sports, exercise, and outdoor excursions. It can also cover adaptive recreational equipment. So if you want them to stay active outdoors, an SNT beneficiary might need specialized equipment such as adaptive bikes, all-terrain wheelchairs, or modified vehicles, all which can be paid for by an SNT. Can also use the money for technology and electronics. Buy the beneficiary a new computer or a tablet or a smartphone to stay connected and curate their interest. Funds can also go towards internet fees or a mobile phone plan. There's also therapeutic services and programs. Non-traditional medicine, such as aromatherapy, Reiki, yoga, and massage therapy, as well as spa treatments and grooming services, offer a wellness boost and are usually not covered by Medicaid. Research also shows that pet ownership is associated with lower stress, depression, and anxiety. The trust can cover the costs of pet adoption, veterinary care, food, grooming, pet toys and supplies, and training. The trust can also cover educational and skill building. So educational programs, classes, or workshops that can help a beneficiary build a skill set and increase their self-confidence may be paid for by that trust. It can also cover home entertainment and furnishings. Now, although most housing-related expenses are not allowed from an SNT, many of the items that make a house a home, such as comfortable furniture, stylish decor, and engaging sound system, are allowed. Now, there's also cultural and religious activities. You can use the money from the trust to foster participation in cultural or religious events, such as festivals, ceremonies, or annual celebrations that the beneficiary finds meaningful. SNTs are highly technical and complicated, and administering one for a disabled beneficiary comes with significant responsibility. Not following trust rules can result in the reduction or loss of crucial public benefits. There may be instances in which a beneficiary's quality of life is worth more than a reduction in their government benefits, but a trustee must always balance short term gain with long term goals whenever they make a distribution, especially if a beneficiary requires Medicaid to pay for long term care costs, a central concern for many persons with disabilities. Trustees also have legal duties under general trust law requirements and can face legal action if laws are not carefully followed. If you need help setting up a special needs trust for a disabled loved one, or you need help with the trust administration as either the trustee or the co-trustee, you do want to reach out to a qualified estate planning attorney in the state in which you reside. So I want to thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe our page to learn more about estate planning, how it works, and the options that you have. I'm Attorney Kelly Longtin, and I'll see you next time.